Free for All is an improvised music event that I started with my wife and another friend in Sydney over 20 years ago. We were all professional musicians and we wanted to sort of get back to our first love of just performing without all the extra musical things that happen when you're a professional musician, like, you know, money and clients and venue and times and noise restrictions and what you can play and what you can't play. In those early days of Free for All, I guess we just wanted to remember our roots of being artists first and professionals second. We just loved playing music with people in sort of a community vibe, and sometimes gigs aren't that. So I think we wanted to be professionals and do that type of music, but then we also really wanted to get together with friends and other people and non-musicians and our friends' kids and other people and just play music with them. And we had access to a venue in Sydney and we just started turning up every Thursday night and inviting everyone we knew who we thought might be interested. So at the start, we really didn't know what we were doing and it was quite chaotic. We were sort of juggling a whole lot of different things. And eventually over time, we sort of morphed into this pattern where we were able to get little ensembles together of people who were there, choose little groups just randomly and have them play rather than everyone play at once, which was just a bit crazy. And then we started just creating these little events and little moments at each sort of event that we were putting on. And we found that started to really work for us. My wife and I have always tried to create community around music. And so wherever we've moved to, we've sort of continued to do that and continued to run Free for All. And now that we're in Launceston, we've met with, I guess, similar-minded people, or maybe not even similar-minded people, and just tried to recreate Free for All here in Sawtooth RE Gallery. I think Sawtooth has a similar sort of ethos that we do, which is to encourage people to express themselves and the freedom to do that in whatever way they feel that they want to externalise what is internal in their lives. And so when you meet another group of people who are like that, it really just makes sense that you come together and do something together. So we're using this beautiful space which is raw and unique and is able to change every week. And that's what we do too. We're sort of raw and we have different things each week. And so it was a very easy partnership, I think, for Free for All and Sawtooth. I think one of the most inviting and uniting things about Free for All is that within the ethos of how we perform at these events, we actually have like a sort of a rule where you actually are not meant to play anything you've ever played before. So if you're a piano player, you should choose another instrument that you've never played before. Or if you've never played any instrument, you should try and play something else. Or maybe you'll recite a poem, or that you'll make up on the spot, or maybe you'll dance a bit or sing a song. And so I guess what the sort of goal of that idea is so that anyone that comes, whether they're a professional like me or they're an absolute beginner, they're put in a situation where they have to just be creative in the moment. And I guess it sort of eliminates that sort of audience and performer mentality, because everyone gets to be on an equal scale, at an equal level. You can't perform. If you can play the song Happy Birthday, you don't play that song. If you can play something by Bach, you can't play that. If you know a jazz song or a pop song, you can't play that. Everyone has to come to it fresh and new, and I guess that's the thing that unites people and makes it very exciting and unique. Free for All in Sawtooth happens every Sunday afternoon between 4 and 6 p.m. Usually at each event there are two halves to the event. The first half is an invited ensemble, so we invite people to come and put a group together and perform for us all. And they might be people who've played instruments for a long time, they might be people who've never played. There might be a dancer with a painter and a singer, or there might be someone who's going to try and play the piano with someone who's going to play the spoons. And then, so that's the first half of the event, which is like almost like a mini concert. And then in the second half, we move into free-for-all, where people are asked to put their name, either their real name or a fake name, into a hat, and we draw it out into these little ensembles, and then those people get to create music in the moment as well. I guess there's sort of like a meaning in the name of free-for-all, which is that we want to do this freely, and we want to offer this to the community for everyone. You know, sometimes as a professional musician you get caught in that world, but there are so many creative people and artist people and people who have things to offer who are just everyday people. And it's so exciting and such an insight into the community when you give everyone that opportunity to express themselves. So I guess, you know, as artists, we're about contributing to community, but we also want to invite people from our community to express themselves with us. You know, you can experience and maybe learn and maybe understand something different from anyone's offering. So I guess that's why we really encourage people, anyone from our community, to come in and be part of what we're doing.